Namaste and welcome back to Waking Up with Mindful Serenity. We're going to continue answering questions from the jar. I'm going to reach in and pull out a question from the jar and do my best to answer it. I'm going to say within 10-minute plus time frame. Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath before I begin, and I will exhale. The question I received, are you someone who needs attention? Is this why you started this YouTube channel? Are you someone who needs attention? Is this why you started this YouTube channel? Am I someone who needs attention? That's a really good question, and I'm thanking you, whoever sent this in, for sending it in. Do I crave attention? Do I need attention? I think as a human being, I do need, to be honest, some degree of attention. I think it's very natural for us as being members of a social pack and for our need for love and belonging to have attention of some kind from another human being, from another being, from something. So we do need, I believe, all of us, not just me, need some attention. We need to be validated. We need to be seen and heard. I think those are very important aspects of connectivity, and we all need to have a sense of connection to others, to the world at large, and to a higher source. So yes, I need some degree of attention. Now, there's two different types of attention, I think, that we can receive. There is the physical attention, which is you seeing my body, you seeing this human like this, and validating that you see it and hear it and know that it exists. But there is also a deeper attention, an attention that goes beyond the body's needs, beyond the psychosocial needs of the personality, because I really don't believe we are our personalities. We are deeper, that which exists deeper than the personality, that is experiencing life from the background, looking through the personality. There is that deeper sense of attention, that deeper sense of attention of the self on the self, I guess I would call it, which has very little to do with other validation, and it mostly has to do with an internal game. So there's the physical outer attention that we crave as human beings, and we are all physical human beings for now. We're in a body. We're having this very physical experience of being here in a body with a personality, with a mind that is full of ideas, beliefs, and whatever. And so, yeah, that being in the body craves attention for the body and for the personality. We like to know that we are liked or loved or at least seen and heard as these physical entities with personalities and minds. So yeah, I need that attention. But there is the deeper attention that I think most of us are lacking, and we're looking out there to get it. We're assuming erroneously that the attention we get from other people will supplement this lack of attention that we are placing from self onto self. When I say from self, I mean the little s onto self, the bigger S. So I think it's that lack of connectivity with the trueness of who we truly are at the deepest level that causes us to look outward for attention and maybe become attached to the need for the good opinion of others, attached for that validation, attached for that, oh, can you see me? Can you hear me? When really what we're seeking and needing, if we, get a little deeper, is this connectivity with the self, the true self, that deeper entity of who we are, and not just the superficial. But because we don't have that connectivity, we tend to look outward for it with other humans, other beings, look at the world, see me, hear me. And I think we live in a culture right now that depends on that superficial outer attention in order to feel well. And that's why social media has just taken off. And while we have all these YouTube and channels starting and influencers coming out to influence society, and they needing the likes and needing the subscribers and needing, you know, the notoriety and the monetization that they're getting from these channels. It's a very superficial type of soothing, a superficial type of achievement that the individual is getting. They're not really getting what they truly want, which is that self-recognition and self-validation and that connectivity with who we really are at a deeper level, which no one outside can give us. But we tend to look at it sometimes, depend on the outside giving to us, thinking that that's going to make us feel better because we don't have it on the inside. And it doesn't. It may be for a while, but I don't think these people, no matter how many hits they get and how many, clicks and how many likes and how many subscribers they get, are ever going to be truly satisfied until they look inward and go in that direction. So you're asking me if I started my YouTube channel because I wanted attention, and do I need attention? And I do need attention, and I'm going to say I still have a big fat ego in me that likes the attention. A big fat ego that, worked hard to become a public speaker, not even I'm a public speaker, that to accomplish a fear that I had, to get past it, a fear I had of public speaking. So I did the whole Toastmasters gamut and ended up with my advanced Toastmaster Gold. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have that now. And I need that attention and I got attention for that to some degree. It really was one of those highlights. It wasn't even, I thought it was the fact that people were now giving attention to me because I was speaking in public, but it really wasn't that. It was the sense that, oh my gosh, I accomplished one of my greatest fears that was holding me back, and now I know I can go out and speak in public. But that, I noticed I had to put that in the back burner because of all kinds of reasons, and so I'd started this YouTube channel partially because I wanted to keep speaking. I didn't want to lose any of those skills that I was lucky and fortunate enough to have the opportunity to gain from that wonderful program Toastmasters offers. So that part of me, there is still an ego there that likes to be seen and heard. And I still have that. And, even when I was teaching all the years I taught, I liked that attention. I did, that, to be honest with you. That was a good feeling to get up there and speak in front of a class and have people listening and had people validating what I had to say, and had people saying, yeah, I can understand, it's great, thank you. That made a difference to my ego, to my psyche. Took me from my shamer ego up to my redeemer ego, but it did become some fast food for my redeemer ego for sure. My redeemer ego kind of took off for a while, and I had to bring that back down. So I have always had a battle between those two egos, between my shame and my need for redemption from shame. So I developed a very big people-pleasing personality for many years, which is part of this needing attention, right? You need the right kind of attention. You gotta be careful because you can get attention in all different kinds of ways. It might not be the type of wholesome attention you're looking for. It might be attention for things like, people criticizing you and all that. But if you're a people pleaser with a shame or ego like mine, you tend to look for attention as such in terms of, okay, meeting people's expectations and doing something that's making people look and hear you. That all being said, naturally, my personality is very shy. I like to stay in the background. I don't like to be heard. I don't like to make too much of a fuss. I'm much more comfortable if people aren't looking at me. I'm much more comfortable if no one sees me. So I have a battling shame or ego kind of thing. I have the part of me that likes the attention, and I have another part of me that kind of shies away from it. So is that why I started my YouTube channel? No, I did say that part of my ego wanted to maintain those skills public that I learned through Toastmasters. And part of me, yes, likes the attention of being seen. But I'm so happy, probably more happy with less attention. So right now I think I have 63 subscribers. That is way more than I ever thought of getting. I'm still comfortable with that. I'm still very happy with that. I'm very happy with anybody who subscribed. Um, but that's enough. I don't need any more than that. That's good. So I'm not starting this YouTube channel to gain all kinds of notoriety and attention. I did it, like I said, to help continue with my skills. I did it because I have a message and felt compelled. That was one of the biggest reasons why I'm here. My shy part of my shame or ego wants to stay in the background, doesn't want this part of me up here talking about these things. Just wants me to stay hidden in the shadows. So I'm going against my ego, and I'm getting attention despite the fact that this part of my ego doesn't like attention. So it's kind of like a little conundrum I have going on in between my ego, the part that wants the attention and the part that doesn't want the attention. But for the higher reason, I just feel compelled to come here, and that's why I started the YouTube channel. I am trying to dismiss this ego, get it out of the way, so that it is the bigger me, the true self, the capital S, that's here doing this. I want that ego that's always in the way, causing so much confusion and so much turbulence and disruption, to finally be out of the way. That is my ultimate goal, but it'll take a while for me to get there. Personality is going to be part of me probably for the rest of my life, so I need to learn to live with it. But yeah, part of my personality likes the attention. Most of it probably doesn't, and but that's not why I started this video. At least I hope not. It may have a tiny bit to do with it, but I did it mostly because I felt compelled to come here and share this message, and as well to keep up some skills I was lucky enough to earn over the years. That being said, I hope that answers your question. I know it wasn't a very straightforward answer. I have a hard time answering those very personal questions, as you can see, but I want to be honest and authentic when I answer. Anyway, thank you for sending that question along. Namaste, everyone. Have an amazing day.